Sports have always been a part of who I am. I played soccer for about 10 years, ballet, tumbling. I even did cross country for a little bit. Moving my body was second nature to me, and it definitely helped to shape my identity early on. But everything changed around quarantine. When life slowed down, so did I. And for the first time, I gained, I would say, a noticeable weight. It wasn't anything crazy, but it was definitely enough to bother me. And with it, I lost my confidence, which for a girl in her late teens, early 20s is a very hard place to be in. I tried every diet you can think of, and when things didn't work, I went to the extremes. At my lowest point, I was barely eating, I want to say about 1,100 calories. It was something crazy like that. I had my MyFitnessPal app, and I would track everything that I was eating, and if I ever went over that calorie goal, I would make sure I could work out in the gym super hard to make sure that it balanced out. It was a very, very unhealthy cycle. And honestly, on the outside, I looked great. I was always getting so many compliments. People were talking about how good I looked. But on the inside, I was falling apart. I just remember being so exhausted all the time. I was running on multiple energy drinks a day, and the little food that I was eating, my hair was falling out, my skin was breaking out, my scalp was flaking, I had chronic headaches, all of the above. It was just a mess. And then there was one day, I remember being in the kitchen with my mom, and she had made a comment on how skinny I was getting. And it was at that moment that I realized how unhealthy my lifestyle was, and that I needed to do a complete 180. Not just with my body, but with my entire lifestyle. I remember at first I was super intimidated by the gym. As an ex-athlete, training just meant practice. Like, it was organized, your coach told you what to do. We had like a strength and conditioning coach. The gym wasn't a foreign place, but again, like, I'm used to just having a structured practice and someone telling me what to do. And then with the sports that I played, I didn't really lift weights. Like, I was a ballet dancer, I played soccer, so that was a little intimidating for sure. So what did I do? I clung to the treadmill. Let me tell you, I was a treadmill girly. Honestly, for the longest time, I remember being nervous to use the elliptical, which was in the row right in front of the treadmill. That's how scared I was of the gym. So I definitely clung to both of those machines for the first few months. And I remember I would study my favorite Instagram fitness influencers and YouTube creators at the time, which I don't even know if they still even make content. Like, a lot of them have brands and are doing their own things now, but man, props to them, because I would literally binge watch their videos, study their form, practice myself, and then eventually I built up the courage to just go to the weight area one day and lift some weights. I just had to just do it. Mind you, I'm like the only girl over there. There's just a bunch of men, so super intimidating. I'm glad I built up the courage to actually do it. And honestly, it started out with just the gym. It started with the gym and trying to fix my diet, which kind of helped to birth my first brand, Flex with PARX. When I started that page over quarantine, I focused on mainly just workouts, nutrition videos, posting tips, answering questions for any of my peers who reached out and wanted to know how I got my results. Anyone who wanted advice, I was there to give it to them. I kept doing that, I kept posting, and from there I had decided to go ahead and become a certified personal trainer. I did mine through NASM. I studied, I passed the test, I started taking clients just on my own. I didn't go through a gym or anything, and that was really fun for a minute. And then the second wave came, and that's when I realized that fitness and nutrition just wasn't enough. I needed to change everything. I had swapped my energy drinks for tea. I started eating whole foods and veggies. And more importantly, I started fueling my mind, reading books, listening to podcasts, watching YouTube videos. Anything on neuroscience, psychology, and self-help, I was reading that. I was immersing myself in that. And it was from there that I learned motivation alone is not enough. And if you don't have systems and habits in place, you're going to burn out. And that's when my 4 pillars were born. Pillar number 1. Movement, building strength and confidence through moving my body. Pillar number 2, nourishment, fueling myself with the right foods. Pillar number 3, mindset, reading and listening to strengthen the world inside of my head. And pillar number 4, lifestyle, creating systems and habits to help me rise to my goals instead of falling short. Because the truth is, you can get pretty far with fitness and nutrition, but if your mind isn't right and you don't have the right systems in place, you won't last. We don't rise to our goals, we fall to our systems. Over time, I realized wellness isn't just what you eat and how you move. It's how you think, it's how you live, it's how you set yourself up for success. And that's when my vision grew into what it is now, the elevated core. A holistic approach to wellness that connects all 4 pillars, not just 1 or 2. I'm building the elevated core for anyone who's ever thought, I know what it feels like to look in a mirror and not recognize myself anymore. I know what it feels like to scroll online for hours, drowning myself in information that all contradicts itself. Or I know what it feels like to do everything right and still feel like nothing is working. If I'm being honest, I am building this for my younger self. The one that felt lost, overwhelmed, desperate for answers. If I could go back in time, I would just give her a big hug and tell her, you're not alone. I've got you. And now I've got you too. That's why I'm building the elevated core. It's not just about fitness, it's not just about food. It's a system that brings movement, nourishment, mindset, and lifestyle together into a clear and elevated path. Because true wellness isn't just about looking good. It's about living better, building confidence, and building a life that you truly love. So if this resonates with you, then stick around because this is just the beginning of the elevated core. And I can't wait to share more with you guys. Stay tuned.